to another Cuppa with Kaci. And this time we're taking on the toonme challenge. So after seeing so many of you guys do this challenge, I knew that I had to take a shot at it as well. So I took a very, very rushed selfie, didn't even bother brushing my hair, as you can probably tell by looking at it, and just went at it in Procreate, because why not? You can see I chose the left-hand side of my face. I did this mostly so I could do the hand, because I thought it was more interesting visually than the opposite side of the photo, and would be more fun to colour and shade and whatnot. So that's why I chose that side. And then I just went straight in with the lines. I didn't take too much time thinking about this, because I didn't want to get bogged down in being annoyed that my art style's not realistic enough or anything. And yeah, but I wanted it to look like my art style, so I kept the photo off for most of the work so that I wasn't constantly judging my style from a realistic standpoint, and just stayed with it with my style. And I'm actually really happy with how it ends up, because it's just so bright and bold and pops off away from the photo while still looking like part of the same image, and I'm really happy with that. So yay me! And I really, really do encourage you guys to take on this challenge if you have the necessary equipment to do so, because it was really fun. And I think you can learn a lot from drawing from real life in reference kind of style. So drawing yourself in a cartoony style is definitely going to help you improve in some way, shape or form. So definitely think that everybody should give this a crack if they can. And I definitely wanted to, I'm saying definitely not, so yeah, I apologize for that. But I wanted to make sure the art piece looked like my art style, so I deliberately kept the colours nice and bright and bold. And I didn't colour pick from the actual photo, because I didn't want to get too bogged down in the realism, like I said before. But also, my art style isn't, realistic colours. It's bright colours and bold colours, and I wanted to keep it with that. So I deliberately stayed away from colour picker and chose my own colours, how I would normally choose them if I was to draw myself without looking at a photo. And that's how we end up with this piece, and why my cheeks are so pink and my eyes quite green, and the hair is, I wouldn't even know how to describe the hair, but you get the point. I wanted it to look like my art and not like a bad attempt at painting realism. And yeah, so as usual with Procreate, my attempt at backgrounds is not the best. I do end up scrapping the background at the end, because it didn't look good. There was no way it looked good, and I think the picture actually looks better in the end with just the cartoon image of myself over the photo, with the photographic background behind as well, because I feel that embodies the toonme challenge a bit more than drawing the background, because it's about drawing me, and that's my excuse for not putting effort into a background. So yay, no backgrounds. And then after spending way too much time attempting to shade that awning before scrapping the whole background idea, I go into shading my face, which, as usual with Procreate, I just used a multiply layer and a greyish purple to block out where the shading is, because I find Procreate really hard to use, more difficult than my Wacom tablet anyway, and so shading is quite difficult for me in the program. So I just use a straight purple and just cell shade over everything, because it's so much easier. And eventually I will force myself to find the time to practice, but for the time being we're sticking with this style of shading, because I'm lazy and I don't have the time. But it still looks alright, it's quite effective, I think. And then the same with the highlights. I just use a white brush on an overlay layer, And like I always do the white first and then click it to overlay after I finish all the highlights. And it's like a nice little unveiling, and I always go, ooh, that looks good. So ready, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna go boom. Oh, there we go. Look how pretty it looks. I love it. And yeah, that's the beauty of overlay layers. And then I come back through with a luminosity layer on some areas just to make the white really stand out, and the highlights just pop off from the image. And that is most of it. For most of the image, I forgot all about finishing my engagement ring, which you saw me try to draw earlier and fail at, so I just stopped. But I do remember after the fact that I need to add that, so at the end you will see me hastily add that in. And then that's the completed image. So there it is. There's that ring, and I'm trying to make it look good and shaded and shiny, and also still fit with the rest of the image that I already completed before adding it in, because I'm so smart. But yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I hope you guys all liked it as well, and I will see you next week for the next Cuppa with Kaci. Bye!